Hello and welcome to the daily English news program on Azerbaycan Television. With your host, Lee with most important events of the day. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, İlham, and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva met with servicemen undergoing treatment at Clinical Medical Center No. 1.
The head of state said that the patriotic war was over and Azerbaijan won a bright victory in this war. Our lands were liberated from occupation. I have come to personally congratulate you on this bright victory, President İlham said, and noted that the Second Karabakh War will remain in history as a glorious victory of Azerbaijan. The unity and solidarity of our entire people played a role in this victory. If we hadn't won this victory on the battlefield, I don't believe that the invaders would have left the remaining lands. As for about 30 years, the enemy, intending to make this occupation internal, tried to keep our lands under occupation in various ways. President İlham said and stressed that we achieved this victory with the blood of martyrs, the valor of the military at the expense of state policy. The memory of the martyrs of the patriotic war was honored.
Allah bütün şəhidlərimizə rəhmət eləsin. Allah sizə şəfa versin.
The head of state noted that the whole world saw the power of Azerbaijan. From the first days of the war, they gained superiority in the political sphere and in the spheres of military development and in the professionalism of servicemen, and successfully achieved the final goal. Reporting that the enemy had built fortifications in the occupied territories, deceiving us and the intermediaries for about 30 years, President İlham noted that the side of the territories liberated from the occupation showed that the enemy lived with a feeling of hatred towards the Azerbaijani people. In 99% of the territories liberated from occupation, all buildings and all religious and historical monuments have been destroyed. The head of state stressed that an order had already been given to calculate the damage caused. Groups were mobilized, international experts were invited. With the participation of international experts, the material and moral damage of all destruction will be calculated, and we as individuals, and at the same time in a general manner, will bring the enemy to international courts. They will pay the compensation and answer for their dirty deeds. President İlham said, stressing that the signed joint statement actually became an act of Armenia's surrender. The head of state said that during the patriotic war, we demonstrated solidarity, demonstrated unity, and this unity will allow us to return life to the lands liberated from occupation, to return internally displaced persons to these places in a short time. Karabakh will turn into a real paradise. The head of state noted that all destroyed houses will be rebuilt at the expense of the state. All work will be carried out to ensure the health of wounded servicemen. The relatives of the martyrs of the patriotic war will be provided with material assistance in a short period of time, and after accurate calculation they will be provided with apartments, houses. Servicemen who have shown heroism on the battlefield and in the rear will be awarded. I have already given instructions, and I want to announce to you that new orders and medals will be established in Azerbaijan. These orders will be awarded only to servicemen and civilians who distinguished themselves in the patriotic war, the head of state emphasized. He said that the enemy's military equipment taken as trophies will be delivered to Baku and demonstrated. I will always be by your side. You can trust me. Our heroic fighters will be under my control in the future, the head of state said, and wished them a speedy recovery. Serviceman Maya Leskarov expressed gratitude for the attention shown.
Sağ olun, sağ olun. Şehirler bu işler gelecek. Sağ ol. Otur. Sen farklı olalım. O zaman.
Turkey and Russia signed an agreement on the peacekeeping center, cessation of hostilities in the zone of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. President of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, informed about this.
Armenia pledged to withdraw its troops from the remaining occupied territories of Azerbaijan. Moreover, the rest of Nagorno-Karabakh is also considered as part of Azerbaijan. According to the agreement, Armenia will withdraw its troops from Kalbajar region by November 15th, from Aghdam and Gazakh regions by November 20th, and from Lachin region by 1st of December. All of these territories will be returned to Azerbaijan. Furthermore, the road will be constructed to restore land transport routes between Nakhchivan and the other parts of Azerbaijan. The similar transport corridor will be built between Armenia and Khankendi. All displaced persons will return to the ancestral lands under the UN control. Turkey and Russia will control the effectiveness of Karabakh Agreement. On November 11th in the morning, the protocol on the establishment of joint Turkish-Russian center to control and observe the ceasefire regime in Nagorno-Karabakh was signed. All steps to prevent the violation of this regime will be regulated through this center. Thus, the 28-year-old occupation of Azerbaijani lands, as well as Nagorno-Karabakh, is being completed.
You have achieved success etched in gold in the history of Azerbaijan. Battles ended in 44 days, but it will take about 44 years. National Defense Minister of Turkey, Hulusi Akar, said this during a meeting with Azerbaijani Defense Minister Zakir Hasanov, held in the Central Command Post of the Defense Ministry on November 10th.
The Azerbaijani people have lived in expectation of this victory for 30 years. Every Azerbaijani soldier and officer was ready to sacrifice his life for the liberation of the occupied lands, which we did for our victory. You really have gained a victory of historic value. This 44-day counter-offensive operation ended. However, be confident that it will be talked about for 44 years. The results achieved in Nagorno-Karabakh made Turkey happy. Counter-offensive operation of Azerbaijani army is a symbol of awakening. Azerbaijani army showed its power to the whole world.
Azerbaijan joins the mass international tree planting campaign, Best to the Future, Best to the World, started in Turkey last year. On November 11th, seedlings were planted across the country, as well as in the liberated Garhabazar village of Izuli region. Prime Minister Ali Asadov, Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, and other representatives of the state and government attended the event held in Baku. The event was held simultaneously via video link with Istanbul and 24 countries. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu and Prime Minister Ali Asadov noted the importance of the movement for the world and nature. In an interview with the framework of the movement, Mevlut Çavuşoğlu once again congratulated Azerbaijan on the Victory Day.
The heart of every citizen of Turkey beats with Azerbaijan. We are one, and the people of Azerbaijan are dear to us. We have shown unity not only in words, but also with our support for Azerbaijan on all platforms, as well as Azerbaijan has provided us with support. The heroic army of Azerbaijan, having shown valor in battle, returned its occupied territories. There were moments of a humanitarian ceasefire where Azerbaijan showed its readiness for a diplomatic solution to the conflict, but the occupying country violated the regime every time, at the same time committing war crimes against civilians. Despite this, the people of Azerbaijan stood up for their supreme commander-in-chief and the heroic army with dignity, and Armenia learned a hard lesson for violating the ceasefire. And as a result, it was forced to capitulate. Remaining lands will be returned on schedule, and the restoration of these lands will begin. We will also help Azerbaijan in this matter. We are proud of Azerbaijan. It showed the whole world the strengths of the Turkish nation. The Turkish nation has rekindled its own confidence. Therefore, we are admired and proud.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres welcomes the agreement to suspend hostilities. Stefan Dujarric, spokesperson of the organization, stated this. Quote, "We are very grateful to the Russian authorities for their positive role in this matter. The hope that this will end the suffering of civilians really brings a sense of relief. The issues of civilian population, humanitarian accesses, and saving human life have always been in the center of our attention." End of quote. Dujarric said that the representatives of the UN High Commissioner for Refugees will assist the parties in fulfilling the terms of the agreement in accordance with the mandate. Negotiations are underway on this issue. Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan issued a statement on announcement of the ceasefire in Nagorno-Karabakh. The statement reads as follows. Pakistan has consistently supported the resolution of Nagorno-Karabakh dispute in accordance with international law and the relevant UN Security Council resolutions, welcomes the recent announcement of the cessation of hostilities by the relevant parties. The trilateral agreement facilitated by the Russian Federation offers a renewable opportunity for establishing peace in the South Caucasus region. We congratulate the government and brotherly people of Azerbaijan on the liberation of their territories. It is hoped that this will lead to an era of stability and prosperity in the region and will give the way for the return of internally displaced persons to their ancestral lands. French officials voice unilateral, biased and non-objective statements contrary to the France mandate as co-chair of the OSCE Minsk Group. While France should act as a neutral party in accordance with its mandate, it openly pursues a pro-Armenian policy that makes completely groundless accusations against Azerbaijan. Hikmet Hacıyev, aide to the president, head of the Foreign Policy Affairs Department of the presidential administration, said. He stated that France did not have any role in the adopting a joint statement of the presidents of Azerbaijan and Russia and Prime Minister of Armenia. Probably France is jealous of Russia's role in this issue. Armenian Prime Minister's signing of this document says it all. Now France tries to be more Armenian than the Armenians themselves. France does not have any authority to speak on the behalf of OSCE Minsk Group co-chairs. Though as a co-chair of OSCE Minsk Group, France has not taken any step for the elimination of Armenia's ongoing occupation against Azerbaijan and implementation of the UN Security Council resolutions, it demonstrates unilateral zeal. I wonder if France has ever worried about the Azerbaijani NDP's return to their lands in these 30 years. However, contrary to this, the liberation of Azerbaijani lands from the occupation and ensuring the role of international law continues to concern France. At the end, I would like to remind official bodies of France that the name of the city, which is the historical land of Azerbaijan and has a special place in the heart of Azerbaijani people, and which was liberated from the occupation, is not Sushi, but Shusha. Euronews TV channel aired a report titled Azerbaijan Celebrates Victory. The report discusses the crowd victory demonstrations in various cities of the country after the agreement regarding the end of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict was signed.
The report starts with the victory experience in Baku. It was noted that thousands of people took to the capital streets with the joy of victory. A special place in the report is allocated to the demonstration of joy in the second largest city of Azerbaijan, Ganja. An elderly resident of the city said that his son is currently in Shusha. He expresses pride for him and Ilham Aliyev. Nagorno-Karabakh is ours. Karabakh is Azerbaijan. Long live Azerbaijan. This day is a happy day. We are proud of our soldiers and our president. Karabakh was always ours and will be ours, said a young girl from Ganja. I am a 6th grader. Today I heard that we took our Karabakh. This flag will remain there forever. Armenians had to sign a peace agreement. When I grow up, I will also fight, Shahmar said. Euronews correspondent who traveled to Mingechevir highlighted the extreme happiness of residents there too.
1,202 infections with novel coronavirus were registered in Azerbaijan. 998 people recovered after treatment and were released home. 18 people who earlier tested positive for COVID-19 died. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 68,594 with 51,007 recoveries and 885 deaths. The number of active infections is 16,702. To detect new infection cases over the past day, 9,592 tests and overall 1,457,177 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan. The task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.